Good day to you all. First of all, I have to apologize for Uffe Tordal Petersen for not being here today. He joined a meeting in Barcelona in the beginning of this week, and down there he caught a Spanish flu. So he's back home in bed, and he would have liked very much to be here today, but unfortunately that wasn't possible. First of all, it's a great pleasure to see so many to this venue. Despite weather condition and winter holiday in Denmark, the ESS project carries very wide and long perspective, not only for science, but also for related industry in a wide sense. I take it that your presence here today signifies your recognition of these perspectives, and that I find both satisfying and promising. Secondly, I would like to congratulate Colin Carlyle and Christian Vertier and the ESS Secretariat in Lund for having arranged this meeting. We see it as the first one, as Colin said, in a process where more will follow in the year to come. Not only in this region, but also in other parts of Europe, where more information meetings have just been held. I would like to start with the conclusion of my presentation, and that is ESS Lund provides Europe and this region with enormous opportunities that we should take full benefit from. The European Commission presented during the Swedish presidency in the second half of 2009 a study which predicts that over the next 25 years, the center of gravity for economic growth and research will move towards Asia. Europe and US will still be important, yes, but not basically be important players, but basis has changed. In terms of population, the Union as a whole will be number 3 or 4, whereas the biggest countries in the Union will come down on the list. And if Europe wants to maintain its historic role as an area where new ideas and innovation can flourish, and if we want to face the grand challenges that are ahead of us, such as climate, energy, aging population, and urbanization, etc., we need to focus and to join forces much more than we do today. And perhaps in particularly to join forces concerning research. We see in Denmark Lund and ESS in Lund in this context. It is a European research facility by definition, too big for one country, too big for one big country, and definitely too big for 2 small countries. A research facility that provides science and business with access to very advanced experiments and testing. It is something to be used, and not only for research itself. We do believe it would be a part of a framework that make it attractive to locate research in Europe and to locate science-oriented businesses in Europe, and to make Europe an attractive place to come for students and for researchers from all over the world. This is an important dimension of ESS in the world to come, where the differences between local and global will disappear. The ESS has been discussed in the Danish scientific circles for many years, just as Colin described in his presentation, especially in the view of the Swedish candidature for locating ESS in Lund. 2 years ago, we formally decided to join the Swedish efforts on the basis of the fact that Lund combined with Copenhagen stood very good chances for success. I myself had the opportunity to work very deeply with this issue, and it was a pleasure for us dealing with it in the Ministry for Science, Technology and Innovation. A year ago, we successfully concluded an agreement with Sweden to co-host the project with ESS proper located in Lund and the Data Management Center located in Copenhagen. We obtained the agreement of our European partners on location at ESS last summer. Although physical location means less and less in a globalized world, where freely flowing communication facilities, there is still a need for face-to-face interaction. Further, face-to-face interaction is one physical place tends to breed related business opportunities and commercial communities in the same region. And the benefit from establishing a European Center of Material and Medical Research by particle beaming are truly great. In the coming years, as we have heard from other speakers this morning, the ESS will undergo a design review process. During this phase, the ESS will be redesigned for optimal functioning and measured against likely costs. This is not just an internal affair for those dealing with ESS, but also involves you as business partners. What is ESS going to be able to do? The technicalities are not uninteresting insofar as they will determine the functionalities of ESS and delimit many of the commercial perspectives of the ESS. You could take it upon yourselves, in conjunction with the scientific community, to influence this functionality. The perspectives for the spin-off of ESS in the long term are largely determined during this design review process. I invite you to take part in these discussions and that we end up with an instrument that serves the long-term interest of the community in Europe at large. Before concluding, allow me to give a few remarks about how we have organized ourselves in Denmark concerning our co-hosting of ESS. We have created an ESS Secretariat in the Agency for Science, Technology and Innovation. For the coordination of the Danish interest, we have set up a number of communication and action fora. These involve scientists in various fields, representatives of business and community, as well as representatives of universities and regional and national political bodies. We are also very closely working together with the authorities in Skåne and with the Swedish central government and the ESS Secretariat. It is my hope, as well as my conviction, that this organization will serve both you as representatives of business community and the ESS project the best way as possible. If not, I would like to know in order to adjust the way we go about it. Having said that, I'm sure you all agree that free and fair competition is a good thing. The Danish participation in ESS has been and will be based on just that, free and fair competition. By far the majority of the Danish financial contribution will be provided in cash to a common ESS pot. Whatever in-kind contribution Denmark will provide must be based on a competitive selection process. And it will be provided only if the ESS has approved or will approve the project or service in question, exactly as Collins said. There are principles that we care immensely about and will do our best to promote within the ESS decision-making bodies. The ESS project is a long-term project, a seed planted for the future. As stated by other speakers, the ESS will not be fully functional before 2026. It will begin to operate approximately 10 years from now. Nobody knows what the world looks like then, but we do know that decisions taken now and in the years to come will have a strong influence on the state of affairs down the road. Therefore, I encourage you to take the long-time perspective. What do we want from the European Material and Medical Centre? What are the related activities that will reinforce and propel a profitable development stemming from the ESS? How do we develop and encourage capability that will make such a centre prosper? Not all the answers are known now, of course, but we do know that by proper guesswork, long-term thinking, we can get a little farther ahead of predicting what is potentially profitable for the community and what is not. Help us being this broad-minded and help us in the years to come in this task. Summing up finally, the ESS is both a challenge and an opportunity for European science and business. We need to draw upon the best talents and know-how, not only in Europe, but worldwide, when we are aiming for constructing the best spallation source of the world, as we heard in the film today. This is truly a European project with global alliances and global perspectives. Thank you very much for your attention and have a fruitful day.